Hello, I'm Alex Toll with Roofers Coffee Shop, and I'm so excited. Randy is here. You usually see him on Metal Coffee Shop, but he's come on over to Roofers. So, welcome, Randy, to your first Roofers Coffee Shop influencer question.
Alex, it's great to be here. I mean, I'm not. I think this is I'll move up, right, or a move over. Or did I mess up so much that you fired me over there? I don't know what it is.
No, we'll keep you on metal too.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Well, great to be here as always.
Yes. Okay, so our March question is how can contractors prepare for and respond effectively to weather-related disasters, ensuring that they can quickly meet market demands and support affected communities?
Love it. It's a great question because, as you know, we've had so many fires and so many tornadoes and hurricanes and all these things, and I think it's a question. I come from the supplier side of things, right? And I think that I think it's a culture thing. I think it's a culture thing for the supplier and a culture thing with the contractors, the roofers. And I think it's something you got to plan ahead, like everything. You can't wait till the disaster hits and go, oh, a bunch of builders come running into your manufacturing facility, your supply house, and we all go, what do we do about this, right? I think we have to have a plan in effect. How are we going to handle this? And I think, when you come in, and I live in Southern Florida when I'm not traveling, when hurricanes are coming. There's a hurricane season that they don't always abide by, but there is a hurricane season. We know it's going to happen. And you have plenty of warning when they're coming, unlike a tornado or sometimes fires, which is a little more troublesome. But I think if as suppliers and our contractors, we can get together ahead of time and have a culture of help, a culture of wanting to help people and be part of the community, not just selling stuff when everything's good, and be that good corporate neighbors. I think you put that stuff together ahead of time so that you don't have to go, okay, we had a tornado hit like with an hour's notice and now we got this big disaster, and what do we do about it? Because it's everybody steps to the plate, I think, Alex. But let's not put so much pressure on ourselves, whether it's at the supplier end or for the contractor end, to have that thing in place. And I think it really comes again back to the culture. There's a time for making money, and I'm not saying we sell everything for nothing. I'm not saying we do labor for nothing. I'm just saying let's try to avoid the taking advantage of tragedy. Let's be ready to be helpful and to work the extra hours if you're a contractor. Work the extra hours. Have extra hours at your store or your building supply material house or whatever the case may be. And let's really set out to help the community. That we got to remember, day in and day out, they're there for us every day, right? When the time comes that disaster strikes like that, I think it's important that we do what's right just because it's right, but it also shows the community why they want to deal with us, whoever us is, right? Because we're there to be on the forefront. So that's my biggest thing is I don't. There's so many things that you know each contractor should be prepared for, and I can't speak as much to the contractor level because that's not what I do. I'm on a supply level, but at the supply end, we really need to be extra prepared. If you're going into a season, tornado season, let's make sure we got the stuff that we know after over history. We're probably going to need when a storm strikes, right? Hurricanes are easier, broader area, right? But they're easier because you can predict. From November to June, you're going to have X number of named storms that's going to hit the state of Florida, state of Georgia, hit the Carolinas, hit Louisiana, wherever you are. So let's make sure that we're not surprised by things we shouldn't be surprised by, right? And even with that, even in the Midwest, where tornadoes happen, and parts of the what do they call that, the Dixie area now, where there seems to be a lot of storms. You can't predict where it's going to happen, but you know they're going to happen. Every year since the beginning of time, right? We've had storms in that area, so it shouldn't be a surprise as far as it's going to happen. It's just a matter of where it's going to happen, how severe it's going to be. But let's be ready for it and have a culture wanting to help and wanting to step out and just go do what we need to do. Work the extra hours, put in the time. That's it. Again, it's a lot of what I talk about, but it's all about being that good corporate neighbor. Is an old used phrase, but I think it's really important in our industry as well as anywhere else. So.
Yeah, well, and it ties back into, I think it was our December topic last year about cause marketing, doing what's right, helping out your community. It really does come back and help you in the long run. But really, it's just about being a good person and helping people who are in need after a storm. I think that's important and having the plans in place to be able to do that.
Exactly. And you're right. And I'm glad you brought that up, Alex, because with the cause marketing is a very important subject and very valuable. But we don't want to do this. That should be the after effect and a nice and a good after effect. But if we're doing all the right stuff because we want to get credit for it and look good and use it as marketing, that's probably still not the right reason to do it, right? The right reason to do it is because we care about our community, we care about our people. But you're right. The effect, right? Cause and effect. The effect is it never hurts to get caught doing something good either, right? And let people know you're helping. And if you let people know you're helping, back to the cause marketing, not only do you get the marketing benefits of letting people know what you're doing, and that's a plus, but it also helps with the overall effort because if you're a supply house or you're a supplier like myself, if we're out there talking about this, we're telling people what we're doing. Um, of course, we get some marketing effect from that, but it also gets other people involved, right? It gets other suppliers, other supply houses, other manufacturers to step up and say, "Hey, I didn't realize this was going on and how devastating this was. We need to step up too, right?" So I love it.
A nice little chain reaction you can start.
It is. I like chain reactions. It is. It's good stuff. I mean, it's bad when it happens, and nobody wants to have those tragedies or disasters. But it's just, again, I said it 3 times already. But man, we just got to be a culture of a culture of if I can say it this way, can I say it here? A culture of giving a crap. Okay, how's that? You just got to care, man. You just got to care.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, as always. And now we get to meet twice a month for Roofer's Coffee Shop and Metal Coffee Shop. So very excited.
Let's get another coffee shop. I should get on them all, but I don't know
All
anything about
right.
coatings or anything else. So.
All right. Well, stay tuned. You never know. Thank you, Randy.
All right. Thanks, Alex.